Wasn't ready to be no millionaire.
Last week, we were sitting up here in our little studio spot taking a look at the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal. And I believe, what did they start, like 20, and somewhere between like 20 to 30 minutes late.
It took forever to start.
It was taking a while.
We were sitting there listening to these dudes from IGN talk, and, you know, no offense to you guys, whoever, you know, you guys are boring. But, there were a lot of interesting things, I have to say, and this is coming from somebody who is kind of, I wouldn't say I'm disenchanted by Call of Duty, but, I mean, I've played it for 5 generations now.
That's for sure.
Were you ever enchanted?
I was, with the very first one. The original Call of Duty.
Okay, so you're missing out on a whole lot about what's going on here, then.
No, I'm just saying, like, I've loved the franchise up until, I would say, Modern Warfare 2-ish.
Okay.
But it's all very samey to me. And I thought with Ghosts, it'll be a different game altogether. This is just, it feels like more of the same.
It is very samey in terms of its core gameplay. Mm-hmm. What's interesting to me is a lot of the new, like the little features, which never in the past has ever sold me on something. But I have a feeling that the features in Ghosts are going to. I know somebody here, though, that will be able to talk a lot more about this than I will, and that's the COD nut next to me.
Oh my god, I'm not a nut. I just like FPSs in general, and Call of Duty just so happens to be one of the ones that I like.
Amongst
the other ones, okay? So you can't pin that on me.
All right. So I won't call you a COD nut. I'll just call you a shoot nut.
That sounds so much better. But
I was expecting a comment from Andy.
No, I'm just gonna sit here quietly. I'm not gonna say a goddamn thing.
Well, I was gonna say before we start, I thought it was really interesting that they use Eminem to kind of like open up with the whole thing.
Is he like the mascot?
Are you misusing the term interesting?
Well, it's like, I know, like,
it's worth noting.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't see the correlation between Eminem and Call of Duty. Like, I know his music can maybe relate.
None of us do.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Me and Andy were sitting there going, "Can we shoot Eminem in the game?"
Yeah. Is that a perk? Is that a DLC package?
I mean, I'm guessing that there is some kind of soundtrack from him in the game when you're playing campaign. So that's the only thing I can assume.
He had a song featured in the Black Ops promos.
In the trailer, the trailers he was in for Black Ops. And now it's like, here's the new exclusive song, Eminem, just for this reveal.
I'm just like wondering how much he got paid just to do all that stuff.
It was like a big old sack of gold coins.
Really shiny ones. But, okay.
He got paid in gil.
Okay, so the huge thing for me is that you can customize your characters a lot and you can be a girl.
Female soldier.
Ooh.
For once.
So as a girl FPS gamer, how does that feel? How do you feel about that? Picking like an actual female skin in the game to play as.
Think that's, like, finally. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't know why you can't do that in the beginning. Like, I know so many guys that like to play as female characters, regardless of, you know, what you are. I don't care.
It's fun sometimes to dress up. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fun to pretend.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I like playing make-believe.
Like, a lot of my friends played as Femme Shepherd because they like looking at a girl's body as they walked around. So, and
they probably just lesbo it out half the time.
Who played Femme Shep and didn't sleep with Liara? Really?
I slept with specialist trainer.
I played as male Shep and slept with
yes.
slept with some dudes.
Nice.
Yes, you did. Andy went balls deep into Caden, and he's not a fan.
Oh, did I?
I did too. So
who wouldn't? Come on, have you seen that body?
Caden is cute.
I killed him.
You asshole.
But yes, I mean, one thing's for sure is I know a lot of people asked the Call of Duty people if there was any difference between the two characters because maybe the female one is more slim,
right?
And that
a harder hitbox.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're making it exactly the same, but there's some subtle differences that you can tell that's a girl.
That really goes hand in hand with the whole Call of Duty mission statement of the most realistic shooting experience you can get, because there are women in the military, so why it took this long to add that sense of realism is beyond me.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me wonder if Battlefield is like adding in a girl feature, because they did show in Battlefield as well a female character. So
that'll be one of their DLC packages down the line.
Oh no, that's not fair. And no, there's a really huge deal about Call of Duty is that there is no more death streaks. As in, if you keep dying, people used to get rewarded for dying. Like, you can still, like, rack up points to call and stuff.
Yep, that was me. I'm all about the death streak.
So now, if you suck and keep sucking, you will not be rewarded. So
why do I keep playing?
Suck less.
I guess it might weed off the people who aren't serious about the game, maybe.
No, but if I'm just a total noob and I want to get better at it?
So you get better without training wheels.
Well, I don't know about that, because there is a much more glamorous version of training wheels that they announced for Ghost, which I really like, which is squads mode.
Mm.
And this is my favorite thing about the entire announcement. And the idea that you can customize your own squad and have, like, you know, a sniper on your team who will only be a sniper, will act in that way. Somebody who runs and guns with a submachine gun. Like, that's all really cool to me. It reminds me a lot of, like, a Perfect Dark meets Borderlands. But the reason why I say that this is more of, like, a training wheels mode is because all of the experience that you gain from squads mode goes to your online multiplayer profile as well, which means that you could buy this game. And from launch at November to next November, undoubtedly when the next Call of Duty will come out, you could not have played a single game online and yet be prestiged, have all the guns that, like, everybody who's played online has, and have all this experience offline of map knowledge, and then jump in, and there's really no such thing as being a noob online anymore.
Because you can practice with these squads.
Exactly.
What if you still suck? Or you have a totally decked out character? What does that mean for me?
That's on you.
So I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna have the best gear, the best guns, but I still suck at the game.
Well, there is something interesting about it, is that you can challenge your friend's squad. And remember the way your friend might think and the way he would do things, or she, and that's how you practice. If you can beat out your friend, at least you can beat them and say that.
I can't beat most of my friends.
You train.
Don't worry, Andy.
These are no training wheels.
You train without the wheels, though.
We'll show you tough love.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And they announced a lot of new not mini games, but new game types. I think there's Cranked. I don't know what this is called. It's not off the top of my head, but there's a portal mode where you have to touch the other portal. Blitz, yes. So I'm really interested to see these new games, because it's going to change at least how we keep playing. What I think also Capture the Flag got taken off.
It's there's an S&D kind of spin-off where it's like search and rescue.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that too.
Where you can
pick up your friend.
Right. Like, you still only have one respawn. No, you have no respawn still.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can save your squad mates, and you have to like kill. You have to execute your enemy.
Yeah,
otherwise they can come back.
Really interesting, because I'm sick of playing the same game types, and I'm glad they tried to, change a couple of things and make new game types for us to play.
I agree. I still think we haven't seen the most interesting ones yet, because when I was watching Blitz, it's pretty much team deathmatch, but you explode if you don't get a kill. And like I like this because it nullifies.
You mean Cranked?
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yes, Cranked. I'm sorry. It nullifies campers. Because if you get a kill, you have like 30 seconds to get another kill, otherwise you explode.
That will make sure there is no camping.
But it also means that nobody's going to play it.
I don't know. I would play it, because it seems like it's like you're an adrenaline. You just have to keep moving and see and find someone.
And that's another interesting part, is every time you score a kill, you get speed perks.
If I stop, I just die.
Well, I mean, you'll be happy just to get a kill. You'll be like, I can die happy now. I got one kill.
I usually am.
Another thing that I think was interesting is they added in contextual leaning. So you can actually lean to the side of the box instead of head glitching from the top. You're looking from the side, so you wouldn't even know where they're head glitching from. So that's interesting. That's going to really be annoying to me.
I can't wait to see what that looks like from the outside, like watching somebody do it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, from your perspective, you might be being all like slick, like, yeah, look at me, and then if you look at the person, their head just like sidesteps, like,
hi, yo.
Like, oh, look at a headshot.
And they actually paid attention to the audio of the gun being different when you go to close space.
That is my second favorite.
That was really cool. And then there was a reverb of noise. Like, if someone threw a grenade, something else would set off maybe a little bit off, I don't know, like the glass would shatter from some other side.
So, like, if you're in one building and an explosive goes off in the other building, you're going to hear the vibration of the windows from that explosion. And
you could tell exactly where it is then. It's more...
That's going to be great too, because you can tell when a person is in the room with you and not above you or below
exactly.
you.
So you wouldn't be like, what?
Exactly. So like if you're in an enclosed like metal area, you're gonna hear an echoing sound as opposed to being in a wide open area from the bullets.
So surround sound is the way to go for this game.
Yeah, so you need headset.
Oh yeah, totally.
But
in your ears.
I don't know if this is on your list or not, but the idea of locational chatter.
You mean when your character and other characters are near, will finally shout out landmarks?
Yes.
See, I have that on my list.
It's in her notes.
Awesome. Great.
That actually is more. It's better than there's a sniper, and I'd be like, where?
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, like no shit. Like no shit. I just saw something whiz by.
Like I found him because he killed me.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really cool. Like they'll yell out like, oh.
Sniper on or near
near the greenhouse or over by the statue, and then you're like, oh, I know where that is.
Yeah,
like that's gonna add so much. That little that's what I'm talking about.
The little nuance.
Exactly, like that's
so nuance.
I'm sorry, I had to put that word in.
High five.
The word of the day.
Big words, nuance. Indubitably.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's not like they're not changing the game. They're adding these little things, but they're little nuances that are going to change the experience.
You just stole her word.
I borrowed it. We're all family here.
Yeah.
It's not very nuanced of you. It's not the proper use of that term, but whatever. I did it.
I feel so nuanced. I apologize.
You don't nuance yourself.
There is one more big thing is that there is interaction with the map itself. There are certain things that can get destroyed. So you could potentially crush a whole team. On this map, I don't remember what it's called, but there's like a gas station. And if you grenaded it, it would actually collapse. So it's kind of like heading maybe Battlefield-ish. Like there are some walls you can actually C4. It'll actually break. Not everything, but there are certain things in the game that you can actually break down, and it would change the map.
And that's one of those things that's kind of like that has to be there, though, because Battlefield has already done that.
Yeah.
Like, if Call of Duty is going to keep up with the competition, not that I ever think that Battlefield took the competition from Call of Duty, but it's just one of those things that has to be there now because it was done.
Just to keep up with them, they gotta have.
They have to check off the list. Yeah. Like, okay, we got that.
Well, they have that, so we gotta have it too.
Exactly.
Essentially.
I mean,
which makes sense though.
For me, I think Battlefield and Call of Duty are two different games. They're just first-person shooters. One has a huge map with 64 players now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, there's so many vehicles, and Call of Duty is like a quick-paced game, so I don't know. I feel like it just adds another game for us to play.
So with that being said, what were you looking forward to more before this reveal? Between Battlefield 4 and Ghosts?
I think I was trying to see how the mechanics would work. And both of them are impressing me, but I need to play it to even judge, because I see like all the pretty waters, because I was watching Battlefield 4, you can actually see the waves, and they actually look very realistic, and driving all the vehicles, but it's not the same as touching it and feeling how the bullets are going at it.
Gotta love that frostbite, though.
the engine is
a sexy
beautiful.
engine.
Yes, it is.
So because of the reveal, though, has that added any more excitement to Ghost
it's
now?
like, take my money even more.
And I've never, like I said, I'm not really a Battlefield player. Never once was I gonna go, I can't wait for Battlefield 4 and not pick up Ghost. But so I was on Ghost's side before this, but now afterwards I actually feel like I can get into Call of Duty again the way that I was back in the Modern Warfare days. Like, and I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare 2. I even love Black Ops, the original Black Ops. Like, Black Ops 2 is about where I kind of fell off. But I'm actually looking forward to a new experience. And when I say that, again, I don't mean it's a new game, but there's so much more that we can do with it now because of things, especially squad mode. And it's going to seem like a new experience running through all the stages and then all the maps. And you now acquire map knowledge by its sounds and not just its sights. It just seems like a really, really cool thing that they're doing. Not that I defend the fact that Treyarch needed like a whole separate event to announce all of this.
No, of course not.
It kind of reminds me of like, oh, what team is LeBron James going to pick? Like, does this really need its own special?
Well, I was going to say, or do you mean Activision?
Activision.
Boy, don't play with me. But I was gonna say one more thing that's really cool.
Not.
Wait, I was trying to make sure we're giving the truth and we're not mistaking our facts, okay?
Is it about the dog?
No, it's not about the dog.
Oh, we didn't even
But
mention
the dog. The dog is also part of
Riley.
the kills.
Yes, he's a kill streak.
Award.
If that dog
A
dies,
score streak.
if that dog
Yeah.
dies in the game, I'm gonna give up on life and,
No,
and live in a hole.
if that dog dies,
I don't know.
the topic we're about to talk about next, I'm going to be on the other side
That
of.
dog will not
No,
die.
but it's a cool perk to have. It doesn't seem as cool as I thought it'd be. I thought you can control the dog.
What? No way, dude. He
But
follows you
he
everywhere,
follows
and he
you.
growls at enemies. He's a
Yeah.
UAV and an attack dog.
I mean, I would rather just like get dogs and have all these dogs running around killing people than just one dog.
Oh my
following
god,
me.
sounds amazing. It's like a pack of wild dogs.
Yeah, that's in Black Ops 2 and also
And Black Ops and World at War. They had
and Modern
that.
Warfare 3, I think. No.
No,
Bring
no.
it
Black
back.
Ops.
Bring a pack of dogs back. This
I
weird
know, right?
robo dog thing that you can't control.
I
Really.
know exactly.
Don't
I
hate-
would have
don't hate on
rather
Riley.
control the dog. Okay. Anyway, I want to also add is I love emblem making. So they're actually doing this thing where they have a Call of Duty app. You can actually make emblems on the go. Because sometimes you're bored on the train and I want to make a cool emblem. Have you not seen emblems from Black Ops 2?
I
have
have
been
seen
really
many
creative.
interestingly customized emblems. Although I can't recall when I've ever said I'm on the train, I want to customize my emblem.
I wouldn't mind. But one more thing
Mhm.
is that for Xbone, there's dedicated servers. For Call of Duty.
Yay.
So you can't blame lag, except for your internet.
That's what I always
and,
do.
and might that be because of the cloud?
Sorry, guys.
Probably.
I made a
Yeah,
team
they're
lose. It was
probably
'cause of
getting
lag.
servers from the cloud.
Go Xbone Cloud. Hopefully that's one thing that they won't change.